Hey, friend, welcome into the Her.Unlocked podcast. I was thinking about what I wanted to chat with you about today. And what really has been coming forward is the idea of overconsumption and just over-consuming information and over-consuming other people's perspectives and over-consuming strategies and methods and tactics and habits and all of the things we believe are going to make us successful. And the reason I want to talk about this is because that was me for the longest time. I kept searching elsewhere for all the answers. I am definitely a self-proclaimed personal development junkie, and I have been reading personal development books since I feel like I could read. And I am the girl that was taking my phone to the shower, listening to the podcasts, following every guru that I heard about that could help me be successful, whether it be in life or my career or my business, signing up for all the programs, and truthfully just looking everywhere outside of me for the answers to a fulfilled life, the answers to being successful. Because I just thought if I could find the right method, the right strategy, the right program, the right framework, the right guidance, then I would be successful and I would feel fulfilled. And I kept falling short. And here's what I uncovered, and I want to share it with you. And if you've been listening or you follow me on Instagram, you might know where I'm going. What happened is, as I continued to search elsewhere and continue to felt like I was falling short, I accidentally discovered the world of subconscious reprogramming and subconscious work. And it changed my life, it changed my career, it changed my business. And what this work focuses on is that the answers are not outside of you, hard truth. The answers are within you, and that you, not having the right strategy or method or whatnot, is the thing holding you back. It's what's going on the inside. And that was such a hard truth. It was one I kind of wanted to turn away from because it required work. It required quieting the noise around me. It required tapping into what I actually wanted and being the one to answer that. And yet I chose to lean in and dive into this world that I know actually wasn't an accident, that it was very intentionally laid out in this way by God. Because if you've been here long enough, you know I believe that subconscious reprogramming is something that God created because he wants us all tapping into the most empowered version of ourselves, stepping into who he designed us to be and the life he designed for us. And it's not found in anyone else. You already have everything you need inside of you. And when I realized that, so it was the hard truth of understanding I was the one getting in the way and that there was work to be done, hard work to get there. And then the beautiful thing is the fact that I already had everything I needed, and that subconscious reprogramming, the subconscious work, and understanding how the subconscious mind works was going to be the keys to help me unlock it. Unlock my version of success, a more fulfilled life, career, and business. And now I'm on fire to help you do the same. And so I want to encourage you through this podcast, through my own journey of personal development, that the thing standing in your way is you. And the good news is that it's you. And so you get to decide to take radical responsibility over your life, because that's the decision I made. And what that means is realizing that I am not a victim, that I am not going to live at effect to my circumstances, to anything else anyone else was doing, that I get to decide how I show up, how I behave, No one else does. I have the power. No one else has the power. Owning every decision that I make, taking full responsibility of that. And that is so freaking empowering. Yes, it can be easy and feel comfier to blame everyone else, to play victim. And yet that is the thing keeping you stuck. That is the thing holding you back because you're not willing to take ownership over your life, over your career, or your business. And you keep looking for everyone else to solve this for you. Because truthfully, if it doesn't work and it was someone else's idea or method or strategy, it's easier to blame that, to blame them for why you're not successful versus you. And so that over consuming of the podcasts and the books and the programs and the gurus and the apps is the thing holding you back. And the second you decide to quiet the noise, and I can speak from personal experience as I turned off the podcast, even though I have a podcast and I believe there's a place for all of this. It's just you got to do the internal work first. You have to go inwards first before you go outward so that you have an internal operating system that is searching for things that are going to support your version of success, nobody else's. And so doing this internal work first, which most of us have not done, myself included, which is why I'm on fire and that I'm on a mission with Unlock Her Co., my business, to make subconscious reprogramming mainstream, because this is the work that is important for all of us to do first before we go plug into the podcast, before we buy that personal development book, before we purchase someone's app that's going to just continue to flood us with additional information, additional methods, strategies, frameworks, tactics, habits. Again, there's a beautiful place for all of that. We need that. It's just all of our defaults, all of our go-tos is to reach for that when we're feeling stuck, when we're feeling unfulfilled, when we want change. Instead of going, let me go inward and go, what's going on there? What's holding me back? What belief system, what thoughts, what programming, what conditioning, what part of my identity is the thing actually keeping me stuck? How do I reprogram that? How do I shift it? How do I release these things that aren't serving me well and are no longer in alignment to who I want to be in the life I deeply desire? You're not going to find that in a personal development book, in a podcast, following a guru on social media. You're not going to find that by calling up your mentor, your coach. You're going to find it inside of you and with techniques that are going to allow you to do that, to unlock the thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors to this more empowered life that you desire. And it's quieting the noise to get there. Because the only way to tap into what's inside of you is to quiet the noise around you. Most of us, old Brittany included, filled every second of every day with some kind of noise, whether it be music, a podcast, an audiobook, a show, conversation, leaving very little room to be with myself, with my thoughts, making it really hard to recognize what I actually wanted and who I actually was. And so my question to you is, how much noise are you creating? How much are you consuming on a daily basis? Where are those moments to just be in the quiet with yourself? Do you have those moments? And if not, I would challenge you to find them, because that's where this work starts, is to start to get really honest and vulnerable with yourself, which can feel uncomfy. And what I would say is, isn't staying where you are uncomfy? I know it was for me. And so, how can you find more pockets to quiet the noise around you, tap into you, to start to do the most important work you'll ever do from the inside out? Because the keys to the change that you crave, to the outcome that's on your heart and mind, are inside of you, not found outside of you. And the more you lean into the noise, to the consumption, to all those external things, the more you're going to stay right where you are. And you're not going to see true change in you and around you, because your reality and your results start to change when you do this internal work. And when I talk about internal work, I'm talking about your internal belief systems, your thoughts, your programming, your identity, which lives in your subconscious. This is where 95% of your behaviors are driven by. And if you're not doing this inner work, not taking the first step, one, to be quiet with yourself and to stop consuming so much and tapping into you, and then finding a way to get equipped with the subconscious reprogramming techniques to create an internal operating system, internal thoughts, beliefs, behaviors that are more aligned to what you want. That's where change is found. And it's your choice to decide to change your life. And the second you decide that, and you decide to go inward and to really figure out what you want, time collapses and your version of success will be here before you know it. I know that's what happened for me. And I'm on fire for more women to experience this. And it's why at some point in this episode, you heard about my Become Her program. And I built it for this very reason, for more women to have a space to feel seen, heard, and empowered to do this work and to truly make a change in just 6 weeks in your life, in your career, or if you're building a business, in your business, wherever you're craving change, wherever you're craving showing up a more empowered, resilient version of you. Maybe it's in motherhood. Maybe it's with your job. Maybe it's with how you're building your business. Maybe it's a big career decision. Maybe it's how you're showing up in your marriage. Maybe it's even how you're showing up for your health, for yourself. I know there's something on your heart and mind that you want for yourself, and it feels out of reach right now. And I would tell you again, the reason it feels out of reach is because you're looking in all the wrong places for the answers, for the things you think you need to be able to make that change. And I will remind you again, everything that is required for that change is already inside of you. It's getting the keys to unlock it. And that starts with quieting the noise around you so that you can even hear what that is. To make sure that this change that you're craving is actually one that you want, not one that somebody else wants for you. It's not a should or I have to. It's I want it, and I know this is what I'm being called to do, and I just don't know how to get there. And if that is you, I want to invite you in to the Become Her program, because it is created just for you, to help you unlock that change, to help you unlock the thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors that are necessary to break free from the box that you've been in and step into that version of you now, to become her, the her that's empowered, the her that is taking radical responsibility over her life, the her that is leaving those limiting beliefs behind, the her that knows that her voice and her desires matter, the her that anything is possible for. That her is you. Friend, this work changed my life, and I wanted to dedicate a specific episode talking a little bit more about where I was searching for all the answers because I know you are doing the same. And here's the thing, you are the answer. And it's time to trust yourself, believe in yourself enough to step into that version of you. I know what it's like to get to the other side. And when I say the other side, the side where I realize that this inner work is where I was going to be spending my time moving forward. That there are so many strategies, methods, perspectives, frameworks, tactics, habits, whatever you want to call them. And they will only work if I am doing this work. And they will only work for you if you are doing this work. So say yes to you, friend. Say yes to transforming your life from the inside out. You deserve it. And I would be honored to open up this world for you, to help you unlock everything that's inside of you. I heart you, friend.